never know who you're gonna see.
We got Godwin, we got Dynasty.
Yeah.
Oh man, you know what? Me and my wife watch it religiously.
Well, thank you very much.
Godwin, it's such a pleasure meeting you. Let me tell you something. All the podcasts you guys are doing now is just unbelievable. You know, the family atmosphere on the show is just, that's what it's all about, right?
Yeah, it is. That's all.
But I tell you what, it's a pleasure.
Yes, sir. It's good to meet y'all. Thank y'all for coming by.
I appreciate it. And just keep up what you're doing. Keep up all of the crew, all of the
Thank you. I appreciate it.
guys. We got Godwin, we got Dynasty. Unbelievable, right? Alright guys, we are at the Power Pole booth, icast 2022. Check this out, look who we ran into, Mr. Chris Lane himself, MLF Pro. And Chris, what's going on, buddy?
Man, just here at the Power Pole booth, just loving it. You know, just checking out the blades, Power Pole Charge, the Pro 2s, everything they've got here, the micros, you know. It's never an old day in the Power Pole booth.
Yeah, never a dull moment, man. You know, Power Pole in my eyes, the best invention, best thing they ever came up with as a fishing aid in the fishing industry, man. But anyway, Chris, we want to thank you, brother. You're doing a great job on tour this year. And,
thank you.
Another thing I want to mention also is my foundation. I do a raffle for a cure, which is a raffle that benefits cancer awareness, cancer research. And Mr. Chris here actually a couple years ago gave us one of his jerseys, signed it, and sent it to me. So I want to thank you, Chris. That went over really big.
Absolutely.
I appreciate all you do. You know, it's just amazing.
Yeah, well, let me know if you need some more and anything we can do to help, you know. We're always there for you.
I sure will, Chris. Thanks,
all right.
brother.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, what's going on, guys? We're at icast 2022 in the Power Pole booth. Kind of ran into Brian Watt. Hey, what's that guy?
How you doing, buddy?
Watt. And Mr. Hector over here,
what's going on?
top salesman with Power Pole.
Yep.
I tell you what, Brian, you guys are. I've been trying to get with these guys for the last 2 days. Every time I come over, they must have the biggest crowd around them at icast.
You're just wanting fishing tips. That's all you want, just fishing
Hey,
tips.
all fishermen are the same. We can't have enough information.
That's right, buddy. Yep.
But anyway,
Well, we're glad you stopped by here on the Power Pole booth.
Yeah.
You've run our product forever. You know everything we're doing and what we're doing and what we're fixing to come out with. So it's all exciting to us.
Exactly. You know, Power Pole, in my eyes and probably everybody else's eyes, best innovative product that they have ever came out with in the industry as a fishing aid.
22 years ago.
Oh.
We've been around for a while, and it's still super strong. It's
22
amazing.
years. You know, it just seems like it's been yesterday. I mean, it doesn't seem that long, but yeah, 22 years. I tell you what, my first Power Pole was a 6 foot, the original. And I'm running 2 8-foot blades right now. Or, I'm sorry, let me retract that, 2 10-foot blades. I'm cutting myself short a little bit here. 2 10-foot blades, you've got to have boat positioning.
We've been, from the beginning, we've always been about total boat control.
Exactly.
And that's your boat. And with Hector coming, I mean, with everybody in the whole company is worked together and tried to make things better for the angler, better for just a sportsman. And that's what we do with our products. And so it's a total boat control deal, which we never had that 20 years ago, 22 years ago.
You know, with some of those big fish you catch, you can tell it's all about boat control.
Oh, no doubt.
If you know what your boat's doing, you know what you're doing in your angles. That's the best part about this company.
That's right.
Especially like if you're shallow fishing, it's able to put you in there and you don't have to worry about the trolling motor making noise, spooking fish or anything like that. Once them poles are set, that boat is set.
Well, and another thing, I mean, like you're just a master out there in Lake Placid, dragging big Carolina rigs and big 10 or 12-inch worms. But with our drift paddles, and a lot of guys never understood this, with our drift paddles, you can even though you're not anchored out, you can actually control what you're doing, dragging those rigs. It's amazing.
Yeah, and not only that, but with the drift paddles, you could actually angle the drift paddles to act like a rudder. So if you have a couple people fishing off your boat, one off the back deck, one off the front deck, you could actually angle those drift paddles to act just like if you're a rudder on a sailboat. So you can control the angle your boat sets on the drift, so both anglers could actually fish off the side.
That's right.
Without the drift paddles, if you're just drifting, your boat's basically going to drift front to back with the wind. It makes it a little bit more difficult for two people to drift off.
Bottom line is, we make you look good.
Exactly. How about the
That's a good one, ain't it?
And that takes a lot.
power pole charge? That's,
That's phenomenal. Yeah, 2 years now with that, and here we go again talking about total boat control. And it's about the anglers. You staying on the water for 10 and 12 hours a day, knowing I've got ample charge for my trolling motor.
We've got power all day.
It's amazing.
And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but you know, all these new electronics we have out today, the big electronics, the 12-inch, the 10-inch, the 16-inch electronics, they carry and require a lot more amperage, which in turn, your batteries are going to die a lot quicker. But with the power pole charge, you can get up with all these big electronics and go all day because you're actually charging as you're fishing.
Every time you crank your motor, we're pumping power, and it understands which batteries need it the most. So it pumps power to those batteries, keeping you on the water going. And on top, like you said, with your big electronics, most guys with 3 and 4 screens on, and they're running their live wells all day long with a limit of bass or whatever. So even in the tournament situation, you jump in your boat at 10 minutes to 3, I got to be at weigh-in, and we don't crank. We do have the feature of the jump start. So we can pull that excess power out of your trolling motor batteries, fire that big motor up, and we're going. So it's security on the water. Like I say, it's total boat control. We make you look good.
Right. And I can imagine with the charge, people are actually seeing battery lives last to where normally like 2 years is going to be a max that I can get out of a battery.
Set of batteries.
Right. And I imagine with that charge, with it constantly keeping it full, it's a whole lot better on a battery instead of a battery dropping down, charging fully back up, dropping it back down. That's keeping it to where it's gonna, that battery life is gonna last a whole lot
Gives
longer.
the longevity of the battery and a little bit longer life, better long-term aspect of the batteries.
Right.
So on top of that, we've got mid-boat, back of the boat. We've got new products coming, as you know, so we won't disclose anything about that yet. But you're going to have total boat control. That's what we're about, and we're bringing that, and it's going to be awesome.
That's awesome. I tell you what, guys. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, man. Good to see you, Norm.
And
Thanks,
while
bro.
I got y'all here, Norman got in touch with y'all. I did a benefit tournament for 50 legs, and so we raised over $8,500 for people that their insurance would not pay for prosthetic legs. So with the money that we raised, we was able to help 3 people get legs. But I wanted to tell y'all thank you for what y'all donated to us to be able to say. I wanted to meet y'all to say thank you for helping us out.
Well, thank you for what you do out there, and we're glad to be part of it. We're glad to help on that end.
So other than that,
all right, guys. Anyway, Greg, Brian, Hector, thank you for what you do. Thank you for everything. You heard it firsthand right here. These guys, Power Pole, the first #1 product in innovation in the industry. You guys got to check them out. Power Pole.
Power-pole.com.
yeah.
All right.
All right, guys. Just ran into a buddy of mine, Matt Robinson. Man, Matt turned it up on tour this year, right?
Yeah, man, been having a good year, setting 15th in points, and hanging out here with my good buddy Norman, and yeah, it's been a good year, getting rolling.
Awesome, man. I love watching him, man, on tour. Don't get any better than that. But you have a question for me?
Oh yeah. One thing about it is ran into Matt a couple times on Chickamauga, and he was. I mean, you can't miss one. You can't miss the big old ugly stick boat. But you got to say, first thing you're going to see if he's standing up on that deck are them golden locks right there. So I mean, that is just awesome. But question for you, Matt.
Yep.
if you was to have a rod that is going to be your go-to rod to where you can tie whatever you want on it, what is going to be your go-to rod?
Man, I'm old school whenever it comes to a go-to rod, and I'm ugly 7-foot medium heavy ugly stick carbon. You can do about anything you want with the 7-foot medium heavy, you know, flip, pitch, go out offshore, throw a big worm, spinner bait. 7-foot medium heavy is the go-to still.
Heck yeah.
Awesome, man.
That is actually
firsthand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what my go-to is, a 7-foot medium heavy.
Yeah.
And I mean, because one, just like what you're saying, you can do whatever. It's very versatile, whatever you need to do with it. So heck yeah, Matt, we appreciate
Yeah,
it,
it's a
man.
pleasure, buddy.
Heck yeah.
Matt, good seeing you, brother.
Good seeing you.
Always. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
I appreciate it. Thanks, buddy.
Guys, Matt Robinson right here, icast 2022. Alright guys, we found ML Live Bass Pro Tour.
That's right. Nice to meet you. It's been a good year this year as well, and one of the heavy hitters back earlier in the spring. Yeah, and I had a decent year on the Bass Pro Tour so far.
Heck yeah. I got one question for you.
Okay.
If you had one to go bait to go to, what would be your
Man,
bait?
one bait for all the time, and that's what you're going to hear a lot of people say, it's a jig. You know, I mean, the Terminator Pro's jig is something that I can catch fish on, I feel like, about anywhere and about any time. A half-ounce Bama crawl and that Terminator Pro's jig would probably be
Yeah, we've seen it. I know my dad and I and Norman, we've seen you smash a couple of them with it. So,
yeah, that's been good.
but I had a feeling that's what it was going to be. But I wanted to ask you, had the opportunity to speak to you, so had to ask. So.
Absolutely. Nice
Thank you
to
much.
meet y'all, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Thank y'all. Have a good
Guys,
one.
Devo.
Hot to
Can't
phone.
get any better than that, right?
Heck yeah.
Ran into Matt with Trophy Catch. Matt, I tell you what, Matt, Trophy Catch is an awesome program that they started here in Florida. Explain a little bit about Trophy Catch and what it is, and how fishermen can use it and actually get participate in the program.
Yeah, so Trophy Catch is an angler incentive program we have in Florida, and it's for trophy bass over 8 pounds. So basically, you put the fish on a scale, you get the whole fish in the picture with the readout on the scale, and then you can submit that fish to trophycatch.com for prizes like Bass Pro gift cards, other discounts on tackle, and then obviously the reason we started this program is because it's a citizen science program. It's also a catch and release program, so you have to release your fish. But the citizen science part of it is back in the day when we would do sampling for FWC here in the state and try to sample bass, we would never see these really, really big bass that everyone was catching. Obviously we see the pictures, we see everyone with them, but in our sample and our data, they just weren't coming up. So this program was a great idea to get citizens involved, so that way they could supply us with some scientific data. So we get all this information from these big trophy bass, and that helps us imply like some kind of management strategy for trophy bass, which this is the 10th year of Trophy Catch. So we're doing this really big promotion for pink tags. We got 10 fish over 10 pounds in 10 lakes in the state of Florida. 2 of them been caught already, so we only got 8 more left. But it's just a really cool program. So after 10 years, we've been able to take this information and now we can apply it to some management strategies to try to grow even bigger bass than what Florida's already known for. So,
Matt, well, I tell you what, it's a great program, and it helps promote catch and release, which is really important. So our future generations of anglers coming up in the sport can enjoy it like we do today, because putting the fish back means a big deal for the long-term outlook on the sport.
yeah, and I mean, like a trophy fish, for most people, a fish over 8 pounds is a fish of a lifetime. If you live in Florida, it might happen multiple times in your lifetime. But for people that come here and they want to catch an 8-pound bass and catch that fish of a lifetime, that's why the program is really important to be catch and release, because those big fish are so valuable to anglers that it's really important that we get those big fish back in the water so everybody has a chance to get their trophy.
Well, that's awesome, man. Great program. Guys, go on the website. What's the website?
It's trophycatch.com, so you can go to trophycatch.com, or we actually have an app in the App Store where you can actually search catches too, which is another great feature, because if you can take a look at all the searches and find these places that hold all these big fish, there's some places that the fish get a lot bigger than others, and the Trophy Catch program is another way to help kind of direct you to those places.
Awesome, super cool. Matt, It was good talking to you. I really appreciate it, man. Great program. You got to check out that program, guys.
All right, thank you, Don.
We're at the American Tackle Company booth over here at icast 2022. Don Morris. Don's a salesman for American Tackle, but he also has a really, really impactful charity that he runs, a foundation that he runs for children that have autism. Now, autism is a little bit dear to my heart, my wife's heart, because we actually have 2 family members, two grandchildren that actually suffer from the disease. So, Don, tell us a little bit about what you do, how the charity works, and what you do for the children.
Absolutely. So 4 years ago, I started a nonprofit organization called Autism Anglers. Our main mission was to spread awareness and acceptance to autism through the sport of fishing. Me being an angler, a rod builder, and in the industry, I knew I could reach out to anglers and they would help. So on top of that mission, we also supply free gear, fishing trips to any angler with autism, no matter his age. So adults, kids, anybody with autism, we give them free gear. It's been absolutely amazing. It's my full-time job that I get paid for in smiles.
That's awesome. You know, when we had our bait shop in Sebring, we actually done a drive for Don, for the cause, and the response we got and the stuff we got people bringing in for this cause, for this foundation, for this organization was just overwhelming. The response we got with the product. So, guys, please, autism, it's a great cause. How could people get in touch with you and possibly, help with the organization?
Yeah, absolutely. So, like you mentioned, Donate a Tackle, we rebox that and send it out. In fact, over the last 3 years, we sent over 3,000 pounds of donated tackle at no charge to all the applicants. So that's been an absolutely fantastic program. You can get a hold of us on all social media. Just look up Autism Anglers. We're there. AutismAnglers.org is our website. You can check it out. You can see pictures of my son on there catching his fish and all that kind of stuff. And the smiles that we get back from the parents. It's absolutely incredible thing that we're doing.
Well, that's awesome, Don. Really appreciate it. Keep up the good work.
Thank you so much.
Because it's a great foundation, and anytime you can get out and help and give back, is always a blessing.
Fishing is great therapy.
It sure is. And we appreciate all you do for the cause and what you do for the industry.
Thank you so much.
Don, thank you, man. I appreciate it. All right, guys, we're at icast 2022, and we ran into a booth. You've got to check this product out called the Floatzilla.
Doug Reed.
Doug Reed, I'm the
inventor, Doug Reed.
Doug Reed. Doug, tell us a little bit about this product, how it works, and what it is.
Well, it's an unusual product because it's the first time that we're actually cutting a soft plastic and adding a float to it. And there's a lot of soft plastics that say they float and all, but what we're trying to do is real true floating. So when you add a hook to your soft plastic, it'll still float. A lot of times you add a hook and it just goes down to the bottom. When you put these floats on, it really makes them float. Another thing you can do, you're adding different colors, like chartreuse, we got blues, you can match your worm. Like I said, it's a real niche product, it's an artistic type product. It's the next thing, it's what people are gonna try to do. Change your worms, change your lizards, change your balls to float, And especially when you're Carolina rigging over weeds, you want that high float, you want to be in the column. It's just what's what we're doing now. Everybody's netting, everybody's shaky heading, and they're trying to float. It's a new thing in fishing. What's business about? What's business going to? Because our fish are so pressured. They don't want anything dragging on the ground anymore. They want to see something natural in that water column kind of float. That's our product, Floatzilla.
The biggest misconception with Carolina rig is everybody says a Carolina rig, weight comes along, then that bait follows the weight, but the bait's hovering above the weight. That is actually a misconception of the Carolina rig. A normal soft plastic followed by a Carolina rig, you pull the line, you drag it across the bottom, that line is actually pulling that bait on the bottom as low as the weight is. dragging it across the bottom. With your conning, it's going to help keep the bait up a little bit harder.
Yeah, what happens is people don't understand. You have the Carolina rig weight, and then you have the lure, the plastic worm or plastic lizard. That there's the water is actually pushing the line down. So normally the bait's just almost pinned to the floor. You know, it's just dragging. But with my bait, as soon as you stop, yeah, it's pinned. As soon as you stop, now you got that floating up. Okay, and most fish aren't on the bottom. They're looking. They're a foot and a half off the bottom or something. So they're looking right at it. You know, it's going to put it in their face. And the tank, we were earlier in the tank. I mean, every time we put it in their face, they grabbed it. If we were above them or below them, they didn't want it. You know, and the tank's very heavy pressure. That's what's great about icast. You get the tank, you get all these people running around, you get a lot of people like saying, I've never seen that before. There's no way they could solve it before.
Well, good deal, Doug. Thank you, brother. We appreciate it. And check him out, Floatzilla, and pretty cool product.
Yep, Floatzilla. www.shopfloatzilla.
Awesome. Doug, thank you, brother.
Thank you.